Going into a little bit more depth with buying groups, and you'll see, we'll talk about this more and more as we go through the slides. This requires a pretty significant move that is really important to account planning and really important to how you work together as a revenue engine. It's moving away from leads and it's moving into opportunities. And the reason you want to do that is the interactions that we've just talked about, right? That's where those insights matter. If I can only see an individual lead and I don't understand that I got 5 other leads from different people within that potentially in that company in the buying group, I don't know who those people are. So by connecting these things and eliminating the lead, so when a query comes in or you identify someone through a hand raise or whatever, you can attribute that to the opportunity and say, oh, look, not just one person is interacting, but I have multiple interactions happening within this buying group. It gives you tons more insight to be able to better position yourself. Also, the relationship side of things, as you build that buying group out, it'll allow you to understand who influences who. It's not as simple, this is the influencer and this person's going to make a decision. It's very likely in that buying group, you have the person that's eventually going to make the final decision and push it up, or it could be the CEO or whatever that's going to sign the paperwork, but you got to understand who those people are that are influencing that person. Because those people, if they're good at their job, are going to be open to being influenced. So you have to understand what that looks like so you can play those things in the right way and make sure you take care of all the people in the way that they need to be to put your best foot forward. The other thing is, if you're just using leads coming in, you're blind to additional market opportunities. So you can't see anything that's going on if you're not positioning it again. So if I get a lead that comes in, you want to understand what is that, how does that relate to the opportunity? Does it relate to the opportunity? If it's a different one, how do I connect that together and understand how do I expand it? Because it could be you have one deal going, you get another level deal coming in where you have a different department looking at something that is similar, but they don't know that there's another department that's also working on it. So if you combine those together, you could look and see, wait, I have 2 opportunities selling a similar product that I could potentially bundle together, go into the company at a higher level with a package that's very different than what the competitors are going after, because they're only working at those 2 different levels, and potentially win a deal by having better visibility to what the opportunity, the complete opportunity is within your business. So when we talk about account-based selling really enables you to shift that. It takes you away from the focus, it shifts your focus towards that wider relationship and making sure that you're engaging all points of the buying process with that buyer. It changes how you work with them. So you're looking for impact, and you're looking for impact before the sale. You're going to where they're going, not where they already are, going back to what we talked about. And if you're doing that, it allows you a lot more flexibility to build the relationship and to win a deal when winning the deal isn't everybody's goal. It's the point where you can get in and get yourself ahead before all the rest of the buyers or the companies come in and crowd that space. And then it also allows for a cultural change. One of the things, especially if those on the line are on a SaaS company, one thing that's really changed a lot is in perpetual deals, you used to go in, you'd sell your product, and then you'd go away for 2 years and come back. Maybe you have a service contract, maybe you don't, but you're selling a product that doesn't have any life afterwards until it needs to be replaced. With SaaS products, and your sale is the starting point of the deal. It's not the end. So once you sell it, you're likely selling a lower dollar amount product, and a certain portion of it that's going to increase over time. And your ability to sell that product again is completely based on how well you're able to add value through that process. So understanding your accounts, understanding if things are working and working to fix it and make sure they get the most value. It's a critical part of the sales process that wasn't as big of a part in the perpetual world. So this is the view I think that we were talking about earlier around, you have to have an entire revenue engine engaged. So we talked the revenue waterfall. We have a buyer line sales process for our sales teams, which actually has a heavy marketing influence early on. But in order for you to support these big complex customers or these big complex deals, you need complete support across that entire revenue engine, from the minute you target them all the way down to you've sold to them and now you're growing the accounts. Reason for that is you need that information to inform you so you can be better informed when you go in again and continue adding value. If you don't do that, if you don't add value to that buyer and that buying group, then you're not of use to them and they won't use you. They'll go to other places to get information. So you need these tools to really, and you need this collaboration to really get this done. And it needs to be in a place, like there's a ton, like it's huge in marketing right now to say account-based marketing, where they're doing a lot. Now they do a lot of different things, but the insights generated from account-based marketing would be very valuable for a seller to have as they're working with their individual accounts. The only thing that needs to happen is it needs to be translated. And a good place to do that translate is as you move it over into account-based marketing, or from account-based marketing into account-based sales, you start translating into insights that a seller can value. So this group, this revenue team has to start working together, and the teams that do it are going to push out the teams that don't fairly quickly.